All right, and now let's go live to the White House where the halls are decked just in time for Christmas.
This year, Michelle Obama is decorating with the theme of joy to all. There are also 4 Christmas trees honoring the past First Ladies and how they spent their time at the White House.
But how much goes into creating a White House Christmas? Can you imagine? Joining us is a woman who would know she was part of the 2008 decorating team for Laura Bush and is author of Christmas with the First Ladies. This is an amazing, beautiful picture book. Coleen, Burke. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I loved paging through it because it brings you back sort of in time. But each First Lady really wanted to create their own identity, right?
Sure. They all had their own signature style and their own message that they wanted to send to the American public at Christmas. And this year, Mrs. Obama is joy to all. And what she always does right is she always remembers our servicemen and women serving in our armed forces.
And there's a beautiful Christmas tree that I saw come in on a horse-drawn wagon.
A tiny little thing.
They have 54 Christmas trees, I have heard, in the White House this time. And hats off to you. The decorators actually used your book to help figure out how to do it.
Well, they did a tribute to the First Ladies, and they pulled on a lot of source material. And, you know, I love every First Lady and her style, but they've all been really just amazing throughout the years, and the decorations are awesome.
For example, let's go back and look at Jackie Kennedy. What did she go for?
Well, Mrs. Kennedy was the first one who said, if we're going to have all these people over for the holidays, let's get organized. And she went for the Nutcracker. And she had tiny ornaments, which is really different than every other First Lady who's gone big.
Okay, what about Betty Ford?
Betty Ford, Mrs. Ford, her idea was to have a thrifty holiday, and she wanted to have calico fabric everywhere, and it backfired on her. She ended up spending more money than any other First Lady.
Really?
Spent $1,600. The press was really tough on her, which is kind of funny when we look at how much we spend today.
Wow.
All right, let's get in the Wayback Machine. I remember during the Reagan term, Nancy Reagan, and there's a Christmas tree in one of the Oval Rooms there in the White House. Mrs. Reagan used to have celebrity secret Santas.
She sure did, and nobody knew who they were going to be. She was all about glitz and glamour, and this is the White House you really wanted to see at Christmas. And she even had Mr. T come to the White House, and even Mr. Larry Hagman, who just passed away, was a celebrity Santa.
There's Mr. T right
there. He is. Pity the fool at the White House.
And finally, Laura Bush, because you were instrumental in helping.
So thankful to Mrs. Bush. She invited me to be part of the decorating team, and all about elegance and being understated, but also very patriotic, a red, white, and blue Christmas. She also worked on literacy, so she incorporated books and stories into the White House and really made it enchanting for children.
You gotta check
wonderful.
out this beautiful book. It's Christmas with the First Ladies. It's a beautiful, well, it's stories, but beautiful pictures as well.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Colleen.
Thank you so much for having me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, straight ahead.